in the media conference with Lal Goyal, which is brought to you by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, News Gaon Se, Samvad Sarokar News, Organ Donation India Foundation and Gyan. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic. And today our topic is, does lockdown really help? But before I will go on our main topic, I would like to inform you that today world is celebrating International Workers' Day. Every year, May 1st is celebrated as an International Workers' Day. This day is observed to celebrate the achievements of the workers and to spread awareness about the exploitation that the workers face. This day is observed across the world and it is known by names like International Workers' Day, Labor Day, and May Day. Earlier, the laborers were exploited as they were made to work for 15 hours a day. And it was in the year 1886 that the workers came together and started raising their voice for their right. In the protest, they asked for working 8 hours a day and to be provided with paid leaves. In 1889, the Marxist International Socialist Congress adopted a resolution for a great international demonstration in which they demanded that the workers should not be made to work for more than 8 hours a day. After this, it became an annual event and May 1st was celebrated as Labor Day. Media conference with Lal Goyal hopes that by celebrating this day, the workforce in India will get full dignity which they deserve. Now, coming to the main topic, that is, does lockdown really help? Before I will go to my eminent panelist, I would like to inform you that today I received a message from Mr. Duli Chand Karel. Mr. Duli Chand Karel is the national president of Bharatiya Swarnakar Sangh of India. And he has sent a message about the today's topic. And that message says, I quote, first of all, the necessities of life be well settled of the country within a week, and thereafter an absolute lockdown be implied for minimum 1 month entirely. Then the situation may be controlled. Otherwise, a cruel history of our country will be wrote for massacre as of negligence of our central government. Whatever number of deaths be concealed, but this time more than 70% of the citizens has to face this massacre. Pray Almighty to help the innocent, unquote. Now coming to our topic, because Mr. Duli Chand has sent this message and I thought I must read it so that we can understand the views of the public at large, or at least few of the people who are saying that a complete lockdown is required. Anyway, we will see to it what the outcome comes from our today's media conference. A lockdown is a requirement for people to stay where they are, usually due to specific risk to themselves or to others if they can move freely. The term stay at home or shelter in place is often used for lockdowns that affect an area rather than specific locations. Widespread lockdowns were issued in the COVID-19 pandemic. The term is used for prison protocol that usually prevent people, information, or objects from leaving an area. The protocol can usually only be initiated by someone in a position of authority. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the term lockdown was used for actions related to mass quarantines or stay-at-home orders. By early April 2020, 3.9 billion people worldwide were under some form of lockdown, more than half the world's population. But by late April, around 300 million people were under lockdown in nations of Europe, while around 200 million people were under lockdown in Latin America. Nearly 300 million people, or about 90% of the population, were under some form of lockdown in the United States, and the 1.3 billion people, that is the entire country, was under lockdown in India. The COVID-19 lockdown changed the way we look at our world, on unprecedented global event that compelled us to pause our lives and stay in our homes. The centers has ruled out a national lockdown despite a surge in COVID-19 while issuing fresh guidelines under the National Disaster Management Act 2005. That is very recently. All states and union territories, however, have been directed to consider containment measures suggested by the Health Ministry recently A Home Ministry statement said. MHA asked states and the union territories to implement the containment measures. Last week, the health ministry had asked states and UTs to identify districts where positivity was more than 10% for more in a week, or where bed occupancy was more than 60%. Intensive and local containment measures should be taken in district with either indicator. The MHA order shall be effective till May 31st to 2021. The second wave of the deadly COVID-19 has hit India like wildfire. Every day, more than 350,000 cases have been recorded in the country for past few days, making India one of the worst hit country in the world. The center and the state governments have been adopting several measures to control the spread of the virus. Yesterday, the Uttar Pradesh government announced a complete lockdown from April 30th till May 4, whereas the Tamil Nadu government has extended the night curfew amid the surge in coronavirus cases. The Maharashtra government has also extended the lockdown till May 15. Delhi Chief Minister Mr. Arvind Kejriwal imposed a complete lockdown till Monday, that is May 3rd, in the national capital. The Jammu and Kashmir government has imposed a corona curfew in 11 districts of the Union Territory from April 29 till May 3. The UP government announced a complete lockdown in the state from Friday, April 30 to May 4. The state government in Kerala has imposed a night curfew between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. from April 20th. The Karnataka government also announced a 14-day lockdown in the state that started on April 27th. The state government of Telangana has imposed a lockdown till May 1st, that is till today. Jharkhand Chief Minister Mr. Hemant Soren imposed a complete lockdown in the state till May 6th. The Goa government announced a strict lockdown from April 29 till May 3. Third, the Haryana government has imposed strict COVID-19 restrictions in the state till May 31st. The Gujarat government has imposed a mini lockdown in several cities across the state. Cities such as Ahmedabad, Surat, Rajkot, Vadodara, Jamnagar, Bhavnagar, Junagadh, Gandhinagar, and others will be under lockdown till May 5. States such as Bihar, Nagaland, Tripura, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, Assam, and others are observing night curfew. The Allahabad High Court once again urged the Uttar Pradesh government to impose a lockdown in the state for 2 weeks to contain the sharp rise in coronavirus cases. Hearing a suo motu case on the COVID situation in Uttar Pradesh, a bench led by Justice Siddharth Verma said, I quote, I again request, if things are not in control, then impose a 2-week lockdown. Please suggest it to your policymakers. It is blowing out of proportion. This is the first thing it seems. There is a shortage of doctors. There is a shortage of staff, oxygen. There is no L1, L2. Everything is good on paper, but the fact is that there is shortage. With folded hands, we request you to exercise your discretion, unquote. And why the High Court has to request with folded hand to a chief minister? Because last fortnight, they have ordered to impose in the 5 cities complete lockdown. But the chief minister, Mr. Yogi, opted, and the UP government appealed to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court, the then CJI, Mr. Bobde, stayed that order. And that's why now the High Court judiciary has become so numb that they have to request with folded hand to a chief minister. The condition of the country, everyone can see. Now, why we are saying all these things? What is why the COVID is so much creating a havoc, or what is the reason why we are talking about lockdown? Because COVID returns. Yesterday, that is of 30th April 2021, India registered 4,02,110 new cases of coronavirus, which has taken the country's cumulative tally past 1,91,57,000 cases. Yesterday, 3,522 of, as per the official figure, lost their life. Thus, total death due to corona raised to 2,11,835. This figure is an official figure, so we cannot vouch the authenticity of this figure. According to health officials, India has administered 15 crores 22 lakhs 45,179 vaccines doses across the country as of yesterday, that is 30th April 2021. And now to discuss this very, very important topic about the lockdown, and the topic is, does lockdown really help? And we have a very elite, well-informed, those who are leader in their fields, a diverse panel guest with us. And I would like to invite my first guest, and he is Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma. Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma is the chairman of Gyan Deep Shiksha Bharati Senior Secondary School, Mathura. He is a leading lawyer of Western UP with more than 41 years of practice. He is regularly appearing in Supreme Court and different high courts, including Allahabad, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, Andhra Pradesh, etc. He is extensively practicing constitutional, civil, and taxation matters. He is also rendering social services. He is Secretary of Kans Nikandan Trust, Mathura. He is Founder Secretary of Civil Lawyers Forum and President thereafter. Welcome, Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma, on our show. Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma, you have heard the report which I read. There is a aspect about the court, which also I mentioned, that the condition in country is such that a high court, although it's not a Supreme Court, so it's a lower court one way, the high court has to request with a folded hand to a chief minister of a state, the high court of the same state. Now we would like to know, does lockdown really help? Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma, please.
Yeah, Mr. Goyal, first I would like to say a thanks to you for selecting such a topic for discussion, which actually should be discussed at the government level. But unfortunately, it is not being discussed at that level. A few days before, our Prime Minister came on television and simply he has said that lockdown is not to be imposed. It should not be imposed. What I feel, he has not been properly advised by his advisors. That's why he may have given such a statement. Anyway, coming to the topic, these infectious diseases are spreading from one person to another by way of touch, by way of droplets, or by
Advocate Sharma, I
infectious
think
breaths.
some disturbance is coming.
Yeah. I've closed it.
Yeah, please.
Or by way of infectious breaths. To check this further spreading, the breakdown of this chain is necessary. Unless this chain is broken of the infection, no one can succeed to control the infection. This chain of infection can be controlled. So many ways are there. And one of ways which is being said that herd immunity may be created if at least 80% of the population becomes infected. I think this cannot be a solution because of if such a large quantity of population is infected, naturally there shall be a large quantity of deaths also. So death and disease, these things cannot be an alternate to control the disease. Then if herd immunity is not there, then next thing comes the vaccination. This vaccination also having different aspects. Number one, vaccination must be there for the at least 80% of the population, which is in our country a big job, not so easy. And government is also not so sincere with regard to the vaccination for such a large population. They have started in it phases, phase 1, phase 2. Now phase 3 is going to be started from today. But as the vaccine is not available, so it could not be started as a whole. Anyway, the effect of vaccine, that also is to considered. Effect of vaccine number one is it should be effective to all the variants of the virus. It is being said nowadays from so many experts that virus in India has been mutated and it has come into the shape of double mutation, and some experts also say that it has come into the shape of triple mutation. And the vaccine which was created on the basis of the virus which was there in the last year in the first wave, it is yet to be seen how far it is effective on this double mutated virus or triple mutated virus. One thing is also being said that if a person has infected once, then naturally immunity is being created in his body and he cannot be infected again. But this immunity which is being created, it is for a limited period. Some experts say it is for 3 months, some say it is for 6 months, or some say it is for 1 year, but not more than that. So that is a temporary. Then other thing, if immunity has been created from virus 1, it is also yet to be seen whether this immunity will work for the mutated virus also. And the latest experience is that the so many persons which infected during the first wave of the virus, they again infected during this second wave. So it seems either due to lapse of time, the immunity has gone, or that immunity is not working for this mutated virus. So this type of immunity is also not properly saving the lives of the person. Then vaccination comes. If a person is being vaccinated today for first time, the second dose is to be given after 6 to 8 weeks. And after giving the second dose, at least after 15 days of the second dose, the immunity starts to create in the body of that person. So at least 2 and 2.5 months will take place to start immunity in the body of the person. We have seen that during the first phase of the vaccination, frontline workers, that the doctors, medical staff, police persons, all those persons were vaccinated. But so many medical staff got vaccinated, got infected in spite of passing 4, 5, 6 months of the first vaccination, or of completion of their second dose also. Whatever may be the result, because of such type of disease has come first time and no previous experience or previous research is there. Everything is being researched or being surveyed nowadays, and every day new experiences are there for the medical persons also. So vaccination will take place after 2 months or 3 months, effect of vaccination. So for the present wave, second wave, if we have started the vaccination for mass population from today, so it will start its effect after 2 or 3 months. By that time, we may have lost lakhs of people. So for the purpose of present grave situation, vaccine is not the solution, but vaccine is to be given. The vaccine given at this time may work for the future, that is, if third or fourth wave is there. Another thing is also to be understood that vaccination doesn't mean that the person who has taken the vaccine for both the shot and much more time has passed, it doesn't mean that he will not become infected. He may become infected, but it shall not be fatal to his life. So that is the security of the vaccine. So vaccination must be there, but for the purpose of immediate relief to the people, this vaccination cannot be said to be a problem, though vaccination is to be given. The immediate solution may be the complete lockdown. If we see the history and experience of with regard to this lockdown, you must have seen during the first wave of this virus, USA has not imposed any lockdown at that time. And what was the position in the USA? During the first wave, more than 4 lakhs of people have died. And huge quantity of the persons become infected. First position in the world was having suffered by USA in the first wave. Lockdown was not there. Brazil was also like that, and the second position was of Brazil. Then we are coming to the position of India. During the first wave, lockdown was declared by the government of India at the initial stage. This is correct. The way of imposition of lockdown was also not correct at all. coming at 8 p.m. and saying that entire nation shall be closed at 12 p.m. from today itself, that is giving after only 4 hours of the time, was absolutely incorrect. And this raised so many problems that the laborers were on roads for months together. 2 or 3 or 4 days must have been given, but anyway, lockdown was imposed by the government of India during first wave. And the net effect of the lockdown was that we could save thousands or lakhs of the life of our citizens. In the first wave, India was very less infected, and it was not, the virus was not so fatal during the first wave. So the net effect of lockdown we have felt during the first wave. Now, second thing, in UK, in January, the second wave was at its peak. Huge quantity of persons were being dead daily and infected daily. UK imposed a complete lockdown for about 2 months. And after imposing this complete lockdown, they have controlled the infection. I cannot say totally, but in big quantity, a very meager quantity is remaining nowadays. They have controlled it. So that is also an effect of the lockdown there. So the immediate relief can be given only and only by the total lockdown, and not by the partial lockdown, as you have said that UP has imposed it for 3 days, other states have imposed it for 2 days, some states have imposed it for 1 week. This will not serve the purpose at all. Complete lockdown can only break the chain. Partial lockdown cannot break the chain. So by imposing a partial lockdown, we cannot break the chain. And unless the chain is being broken completely, we cannot control this infection at all. So my view is that there should be a complete lockdown, not a partial lockdown, and that should be at least for 1 month, and thereafter, after 1 month, and considering all the aspects at that time, it may or may not be extended thereafter. So complete lockdown is required, and it will help the country to save from this infection. That's all, Mr.
Okay, thank you very much, Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma. And what Advocate Sharma has mentioned, 2-3 things. He says the vaccine, because the lockdown is required and the vaccine is also required. But he was mentioning that the vaccine will work on the second or the third mutant or not. But he has clarified one thing very clearly, that at least by the vaccination, the severity of the infections reduces drastically, so that the person who is infected need not to go for the hospital or to go for the oxygen, etc. Now, the condition today in India is that the beds are short, hospital beds are short, the oxygen is not there, and so many problems, even the drugs are not available. And to control that, you require a vaccination. Now, when he has mentioned about UK and USA, I would just like to add few things. First thing is then USA, what USA has done, because Mr. Trump at that time, the president of USA, he was not agreeing in his arrogance that there is any corona thing. He was just making fun of it, although he himself suffered, but he was not at all interested to take any strict measures at that time. And that's why USA suffered a lot. And I'm sure Mr. Trump's name will go in the history as the worst president of USA who has ruined, or who will be called as a mass murderer of US citizens or those who are in USA. But now afterwards, now when this present team, the Mr. Biden has taken over, they have imposed, not only the lockdown was not there, but they have made the vaccination, their main emphasis was on vaccination. And they have increased the vaccination very rigorously. And today the condition is, in USA, they are opening things very fast. Even they are now opening the colleges, universities, schools. But what they have done, they have vaccinated all the school teachers, college teachers first, and then they are allowing the students going there. Unfortunately, in India, the media report says so many school teachers lost their life in the local panchayat elections in UP because they were not vaccinated, and they have been asked to go on the election duty. I think this is very shameful thing. for our country like us, that we are crucifying innocent people. We should have vaccinated first, and then we should have asked them to go for the election duty. Secondly, in UK, the second wave when hit the UK, immediately UK has put the lockdown somewhere in December, and they started opening now from 12th of April. But what they have done is they purchased all the available vaccines. Rather, they have purchased twice the quantity which they require. So today, UK is very comfortable, and they are going to give the vaccination to everyone, at least the first dose. USA, because the Pfizer and Moderna were originally from there, but in spite of that, they purchased the vaccines from others. And that's why in India, unfortunately, part is we are the biggest manufacturers of the vaccine in the world, but we could not. We were doing the negotiations with the manufacturer, and the manufacturer, we could not pay in advance. That's why the manufacturer committed elsewhere else, and they could not ramp up their manufacturing facilities. So the production today in India of the vaccine is about 20 to 22 lakhs per day. And our population is such that as Mr. Advocate Sharma mentioned, we require 70 or 80% of the to reach the herd immunity, at least 70%. Now 70% of 140 crores works out to be almost 1 crore. So one can imagine, but 100 crores, 100 crores, and from 20 lakhs every day, how much time we will take. And again, we have to take after 1 year again this 2 shots. And the mind it, it's 2 shots, so means 200 crores vaccine doses are required. So this is the condition. But anyway, what Advocate Sharma has said very clearly, he says that entire country should be put on the lockdown, not through the piece per mail that one state is giving for 3 days or 1 week or 10 days, somebody is giving for 15 days. So his view is like this. Thank you very much, Advocate Sharma. I will definitely
So
come.
Goel, if you permit me,
Yeah.
if you permit me, I would like to add one thing.
Yes,
that
please.
the pretext of our government is that the lockdown adversely affects the growth rate or the economy of the country. This is correct, it affects. But economy, if adversely affected, as it was affected during the first wave also, it may revive after the opening of the lockdown. But the persons who have died, they will never come back. And that's a great loss of the nation, of the society, and the families.
Okay, thank you,
So
Advocate
that is
Sharma.
irreversible loss, where the loss of economy is a reversible loss.
Advocate Sharma, I will just add, if when you have touched the word economy, in UK, what they have done, when they put the lockdown, they were paying 80% of the salary to all the organization, whether it is a private, whichever is closed, which are working, that they are not paying, but for everyone, they have paid 80% till April 30th. They have supposed to pay, and they have paid. So that's why there was no problems in lockdown in UK. In India, why we have not paid? We can spend lakhs crores rupees in elections. We can spend crores and crores rupees in organizing Kumbh Mela. We can spend crores rupees in holies, and we can't have. We cannot have this. So many statues and temples and stadium we can make, but we have no money for a hospital or for the to pay the poor people. Very sorry, but anyways, you have touched the
That is a
economy. That's
different
why I
of
said.
priorities. Different of priorities.
Anyways, thank you very much, Advocate Sharma. Now I would like to go to my another panelist, and he is Mr. Devendra Chaudhary. Mr. Devendra Chaudhary is the Executive Director of Aqua Plumbing Private Limited. He is manufacturing bath and kitchen sanitary fittings. Mr. Chaudhary has 30 years of manufacturing experience. He employs approximately 600 employees with annual production of 25 lakh pieces of fittings. The company is a zero liquid discharge company approved by NGT. He won Industry Leadership Award by Dainik Jagran. He won prestigious Brand of the Year Award by Times of India Group. He is the treasurer of Ujjwal Braj, an NGO for the upliftment of Braj area. First critical care ambulance and standalone blood bank was put into service at Mathura under his leadership on Rotary platform. He was the committee chairman with National Chamber Commerce and Industries to get CNG and PNG sanctioned for Mathura. He is very actively involved with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. Welcome, Mr. Devendra Chaudhary on our show. Mr. Devendra Chaudhary, you have heard the views of Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma, where he has clearly mentioned that no piecemeal lockdown, it should be a complete lockdown. Now, we would like to know from you your views. The lockdown is does lockdown really help? Mr. Devendra Chaudhary, please.
Good morning, everyone. Uh, the topic is very, it's very fiery topic. So lockdown, yes, the word seems very nice. Lockdown, lockdown means, everything will go paralyzed, right? So people staying under lockdown, they might have experienced some, adversities in the previous year. We need to understand why this lockdown is important year on year, because we are now having a second variant of this COVID-19. Vaccination is one part, prevention is one part, putting country on a lockdown is something everybody would like to see. My thought process is, because our country has a very huge population size, very huge population size. In our country, we see changes of four weathers. Four weathers we see. Like, Goel Sahab, you will agree with me. From March to April, we see this is a month of Chaitra. Means we are moving from cold to summer. Body is basically adjusting itself and seeing a change. Anything which we take from outside, our body may accept or may not accept. This is the period where people see flu, pneumonia, cold-like conditions every year. So now the intensity of these viruses and bacteria is going up because our immunity is going down. Now, what is to be done? My thought is, okay, we as a country, we should come up with a complete plan, not after the pandemic, but a pre-plan like Europe and China do. They basically do lockdowns throughout the year. That's, they call it holidays, national holidays. In India, we observe many holidays. This Jayanti, that Jayanti, this local festival, this holiday, that holiday. So the country is having around 75 to 80 holidays in a year's time. So if, as a policy matter, every quarter, if the country is closed for 15 days, for every quarter, when we see a change in the weather, that time your body will accept the change because you're staying back, you are not going out, you're not taking any medicines. 15 days gap within your family, you stay comfortable, there is no stresses. Last COVID has given us fantastic results because people were together with the family and stress was relieved. Fine, there were migration happened because there was some lack with the central government, maybe with the state government. They were not given the time to migrate and to go back home. There was, all of a sudden it was a lockdown. So when we do things in a planned manner, every 3 months we have to observe a lockdown of weeks time, maybe 10 days or maybe 15 days, because if we have to see the spread of total number of holidays in a year, it's more than 80 holidays which we basically face. And this is if we divide these holidays into four parts. So every quarter can have 15 days holiday. So in between, you can give space to nature. In between, you can give space to medical, paramedical staff. In between, you can give space to bring in infrastructure. So it's not basically one-time lockdown. That's after pandemic. If we look at the one-time lockdown is good, no, we have to plan things that every year things will be getting deteriorated because We are polluting nature, water is going bad, air is not good, and cleanliness. So there is a lot of pressure everywhere you see. I mean, there is a lot of scope of bacterial growth happening. So we are inviting diseases day by day, and we are basically, the low immunity level in our body is basically causing the biggest problem. This time it's more of panic. Yes, as you said, US is US citizens. They get flu shots every year. They have made it mandatory that every US citizen has to go with flu shots twice a year. So they take flu shots. Now this is different kind of a strain where they feel like there is a new vaccine which has come up, but eh, I'm not of that. My thought is little different with vaccination. Say after 100 bodies, maybe 80 bodies will respond to this vaccination. 20 bodies may not be. Reason is that our body is suffering from many diseases which are there like diabetes and liver problem and kidney problem and heart problem. So you don't know this vaccine is going to give any side effect within your system. Moreover, slow, gradual vaccination is good, but a vaccination with a panic, with a panic button that everybody has to go for vaccination and only vaccination will save them from corona. This is not going to help because there is a panic. Panic means stresses. Your body is basically performing and producing a lot of chemicals according to your thought process and which are affecting you. Your placebo is changing. So you can heal yourself as we discussed and Mr. Sharma said herd immunity. Herd immunity is good because when we feel like there is a possibility of because this is not first time the disease are basically getting spread in previous years also. Like we look at back, like polio was there, Ebola was there, swine flu was there. So these flus were there, but now this is a different kind of a strain. So what we have to do, we have to basically bring in a complete different plan to have these lockdowns or these basically, uh, you know, holiday periods, so that the atmosphere, so that the construction activity is not being done for 15 days. So all the TSS which is there in the sky will settle down. You will see a clean sky. You will be able to breathe in, right? One time solution, one time lockdown will not give 1 year solution. Partial lockdowns will give 1 year solution. So in piecemeal, if we do these lockdowns slowly, 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 and people will be having these kind of, you see, I mean, lockdowns are happening. It's basically like schools are getting closed for 2 months, ports are getting closed for 2 months, people observe holidays, many holidays during the year. Why not to basically bring in a composite plan which is related with your health of nature and health of person. So vaccination and these things are something which will be, every year there will be a new variant, there will be new virus, there will be new bacteria. So we cannot we have to fight and we have to prepare ourselves for these problems in future also. But well said is lockdown definitely will bring in help, but it should be planned and it should be in the phases. That's my opinion. The government should basically do like we do 7 days a week, then we put a 1 day holiday just to people should get regenerated. So why not we basically get it regenerated, the entire universe or the nature should get regenerated if there is 15 days complete closure. So there would be less of pollution, or maybe we should allow people to construct 6 months. Construction activity should be there for the 6 months, and internal finishing will be done 6 months. Throughout the year, we should not carry construction activities because we see a lot of TSS, a lot of dust, a lot of carbon emission, SOx, NOx, CO2, whatnot is going in the air. We are not able to breathe in. Everywhere we see AQI, like air quality index is poor, is basically taking people's life. We are not able to breathe in. When we are not able to breathe in, we are running short of breath. It may cause many problems within your body. And slowly, when there is a change of weather, your body is basically the softest target. Your bacteria is basically eating, or the virus is eating, or maybe the third variant is eating, and unknowingly people are basically, you're not. India, people are not less educated. They are not concerned with, you know, with these medical things, and they basically believe in going to a local doctor, not getting their body diagnosed. They would like to eat anything, even they are ill, they are sick, they eat everything. We have to take care of everything. I mean, these there has to be a guideline that the factories or maybe the country will work for 3 months, then they have to observe 7 days holiday. And during these 7 days holiday, these should be the diet plans. I mean, the government should basically bring in Ayush during Ayush Yojana. They should basically motivate people that these are the diet plans. Why Navratra is happening, sir? Why there are 2 times Navratra people observe during 1 year? Because it is change of weather. We are shifting from winter to summer and summer to winter. Navratra means fasting, upvas. But now, with our convenience, we have converted fasting into feasting. So fasting means detox. So once you get yourself detoxed, your body is basically having that kind of immunity for next season. But in India, it's different.
Okay.
So it's more of awareness, more of planning, more of a long-term solution. We need to design vaccine lockdown. Yes, for the time being, for this present time, lockdown is a solution. As Mr. Sharma said, we have to break the chain. Yes, we have to break the chain. There has to be a lockdown, but a long-term solution would be if there has to be lockdown, there has to be holidays after every quarter, because we see 4 seasons and 4 weathers in throughout the year.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Deven Chaudhary, for giving your views. And Mr. Deven Chaudhary has given a very unique and new idea. And he says that instead of doing this lockdown and now and then immediately, or for the whenever the conditions are serious, why not make a plan, proper plan, that every 3 months after every quarter have at least 15 days lockdown, complete lockdown, let the nature and people will heal themselves. They should be there with their family, and then again the 3 months quarter, and then again the 15 days lockdown. So his views are like this. He says this type of lockdown, which was in piecemeal, which the country is now facing, will not serve the purpose. We have to look for a permanent solution, and the solution according to him is that we must come out with a lockdown with every quarter, where the 15 days it should be closed. Thank you very much, Mr. Deven Chaudhary. Definitely, I will come
Thank
with
you.
a question to you on what you have mentioned right now in the next round. Thank you very much, Mr. Chaudhary. Now I am inviting my next guest, and he is Professor Dr. Janeshwar Pai Marur. Professor Dr. Pai is MBA, MPhil, PhD. He is a professor at, one moment, please. He is a professor at Justice K.S. Hegde Institute of Management, NITTE. He has qualified KSAT management examinations conducted by University of Mysore in 2013. He has over 18 years of industry, teaching, and research experience. He has worked as lecturer at SDM College of Business Management and Postgraduate Center for Management Studies and Research, Mangalore, from 2003 to 6. He has worked with JP Morgan Chase Bank in India and Newark, Delaware, USA corporate office from 2006 to 2012. His teaching and research areas include behavioral and corporate finance, enterprise risk management, and corporate taxation, and has a strong exposure in practical knowledge of various statistical package such as SPSS, MAT Lab, etc. He has published research papers in national and international journals, and also presented research papers in various national and international conferences, seminars, and workshops. He is a life, one moment, please. I'll just, he is a life member of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, IIBF, Mumbai Management Teachers Consortium Global, MTC Global, Bengaluru International Association of Academicians and Researchers, INAAR, Pune Indian Academicians and Researchers Association, IARA, Assam, and Federation of Indian Professional Trainers, FIPT, New Delhi. Welcome, welcome, Professor Dr. Janeshwar Pai Marur on our show. Professor Pai, you have heard what Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma as well as Mr. Devin Chaudhary has mentioned. Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma says no piecemeal lockdown, it should be complete lockdown. What Mr. Devin Chaudhary says that the lockdown should be every quarterly on a 15 days lockdown every quarterly. So like the body detoxicate when we are on fast. So similarly, the body as well as the society as well as the nature will also detoxicate. We would like to know from your view, because you are in the you are educator, you are giving the education, you are from the education side. Does lockdown really help? Professor Dr. Janeshwar Pai Marur, please.
Good morning. At the outset, I would like to thank Lal Goyal sir for inviting me for this session. I'm extremely happy to be part of today's media conference to share my ideas with the other highly learned panelists. So let me put across my views. Now, coronavirus is more like a modern, powerful, and terrible Narayanastra. Right? When I say Narayanastra, which does not have a cure or a medicine, and we can't fight with this face to face. So I think we chose to be silent, right? That's all done and dusted in the first wave in 2020 with the lockdown and Janta curfew. That's all, and we have completed the first anniversary. I was recently talking to a senior friend of mine as to fight. He said to fight against the deadly second wave, lockdown is the only available strategy, right? Now let me tell you from the viewpoint of me being a management academician, right? Does lockdown really help, or is lockdown only the strategy, right? Now let us first understand the real objective and achievement of last year's lockdown, right? The lockdown was not supposed to be a control measure. We have mistaken the concept itself about the lockdown. Let me tell you, the lockdown was not supposed to be a control measure. The lockdown was meant only to delay the inevitable. And India had a remarkable success in achieving that, right? Let me speak theoretically. Theoretically, lockdown is also, in fact, be very effective and is a very effective control measure, especially only at the start of the pandemic, right? And now it is not the start, we are in the second wave. If everyone was compulsorily isolated in their homes, every infected person would in worst case pass on the deadly disease only to those who were isolated in the same place, and continued isolation for some time could have actually brought an end to this pandemic and we would have had a gala time. But did that really happen? No, my answer is big no, right? Let me talk about a study, some research findings. A November 2020 Nature study analyzed that the restriction imposed by the governments across the globe inferred that stringent lockdown were very effective in curbing the spread of infections. Another vital study published early this year, that is Jan 2021, by the University of East Anglia, also called for tougher lockdowns across the world to control the pandemic. Let us all understand that a total lockdown or a nationwide lockdown is an illusory situation. Even in the strictest phase of India's lockdown last year, movement of people could not be brought to a complete halt, right? Lockdown is not free. Let us all understand, right? Let us all understand lockdown is not free. It comes with humongous accompanying cost and it cannot be easily justified. It has already brought in immense pain, suffering, and loss to millions of families. The only reason it could be justified was that it was successful in saving, say, potentially lakhs of lives. Now here, as a management thinker, I would say here have we ever thought how serious could the impact of the so-called, let me quote, the unscientific lockdown be on the Indian economy and the GDP? Have we ever seriously given thought to it? To an economy passing through such a turmoil, reeling under a demand depression and high unemployment, right? Non-strategic lockdowns would add to supply side stress, accelerating slowdown further, and in fact jeopardizing the growth prospects and social and economic well-beings of millions, right? Now, the rapidly rising COVID numbers in the last month, that's during the second wave, has brought back the specter of this lockdown. The lockdown returns, right? Limited lockdowns have already been imposed in some cities. and the threats of more stringent lockdowns loom large over states like Maharashtra, which is the worst affected state, to be very frank. The ongoing second wave of infection offer us another lens to estimate. This is not the first lens. It's another lens to estimate how effective the first lockdown was, right? Let me tell you very frankly, the effectiveness of limited lockdowns, the non-strategic lockdowns. I'm tossing a new term called non-strategic lockdowns with no heads and no tails, right? Limited lockdown like, right? I'm sure you might have heard of this term called a lockdown like. The kind of fancy terms which are being suggested and implemented of late are extremely, the efficiency of these are all extremely doubtful. There is no research evidence. I'm coming from the management research. There is no research evidence that suggests that weekend lockdowns or night corona curfews or early closure of shops and markets, which are in fact being done right now, has had any tangible benefits anywhere or worldwide. Let us all accept this. But it does serve one purpose. The only purpose they serve is to show that the administration, be it state or district administration, is doing something to control the rise of COVID cases. I don't see any other tangible or intangible benefits, to be very, very frank, right? Now, let me talk about the Oxford's stringency index, right? We are of late talking about this stringency index, which was not heard in the past. Developed by, who developed this? This was by the Blavatnik School of Government at Oxford University. Now, this particular index, which was very silent for ages, shows how strict a country's measure were and at what stage of pandemic spread it enforced these restrictions. In fact, if you ask me, I would say it is one-liner for government response tracker. Now, this takes into account the number and intensity of closures and containment policies. Let us understand, on 9th March 2021, that is just 2 months back, India recorded lowest score on this particular index. It got 57.87 out of 100, right? However, on 15th April, it slightly got improved to 69.91 on a 100-point scale, right? But it is very, very disheartening to know that when government was asked about to comment on this, government said less stringent lockdown is consistent with the government strategy to focus on testing, vaccination, and this is what is a focus at this point of time. The government didn't give much attention to this particular stringency index. Now, there are good other countries which are right now 100% rated on this particular index. It could be Honduras, it could be Argentina, Jordan, Libya, Sri Lanka, Rwanda. These are all right now 100 on 100, but India is not still 100, right? On April 13, 2020, India had recorded 100 out of 100. Mind you, after that, we did not have any 100 out of 100. Now, with the 1.87 crore cases of COVID, and the active cases being around 31.7 or 31,70,000 as of yesterday I checked, the number was just 1,89,000 on March 8, 2021. That means between March 8 to April 30, there has been 1,600+% increase. So I would say, from the viewpoint of research, there is a direct relation between lenient containment policies and the spurt of COVID-19 cases. And this is very, very alarming, right? The rapid increase in COVID-19 cases between March and April indicates that the second wave is going to be very, very severe, and it is alarming. And some experts blame it to the new and the tougher variants of, say, SARS virus. But there are enough research which is going to rubbish this particular claims. Right now, this year, when the country started seeing rise in infections in March, and most of the cases were just in 6 states, right? Be it Maharashtra, Punjab, Karnataka, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. But what happened in the month of April? When we looked into the leading, the hotspot with 60% of all cases, right? And it was followed by Chhattisgarh and Uttar Pradesh, which was not there in March 2021, right? Now, I would say during the first wave last year, it was found that 5% of the cases required serious hospitalization and 1% of them died. Now, assuming that the figures from last year still hold good, I would say 15 to 20% cases will need medical attention, while 80% will be asymptomatic and do not need any special care. except that they have to be very careful not to spread this particular deadly virus. If there are 1 lakh cases, 20,000 need medical attention, but there are only 10 lakh. But if there are 10 lakh cases, 10 times, there would be 2 lakh. Then 2 lakh would need medical attention of different kind, right? Are we really, in the former case, health infrastructure can cope up with the case load, but in the latter case, it cannot. So I would suggest the new mantra for the current government, that is increase the test, aggressively trace, effectively quarantine, and increase the vaccination drive rather than the unstrategic lockdown, right? The Johns University website says that we need to have at least 70% of the population to be immune to keep the rate of infection down. Last year, there was a different altogether. It was said if 60% of the population is vaccinated, then there would be herd immunity. If one goes by the lower figure rather than 70, we focus on the 60%. I would say 84 crore people need 2 doses each of the vaccine. That is 168 doses. And if there are to be, and these needs to be administered in just 12 months. Just imagine 14 crore vaccination have to be administered every year. Is it really possible, right? And in India, we believe in politicizing the entire issues. The vaccination, which was supposed to improve the health of the citizens, now the vaccination program has suffered from the vaccination hesitancy, which is really unfortunate, right? I think India has to learn from its neighboring country. I was reading an article yesterday, learning from the Bhutan, right? So I think it is a time we learn lessons from Bhutan, which has ensured that vaccination goes on without any hesitancy, but India is suffering from this vaccine hesitancy. Now, there is need to proper sequence. So again and again, I say there's a need to properly sequence the short run and long run strategy, right? A short and a sharp lockdown is tough, but it will reduce the transmission of virus from one person to another and enable the already exhausted health system to cope. The government has to do the right thing by the people and take the bull by the horn, instead of making a drama or a show of acting when the horse has bolted. I'm sure everybody is understanding what I'm talking about in terms of government talking about election rallies and Kumbh Melas and all that, and later on saying doing an acting when the horse has really bolted. So I would like to conclude, Lal Goyal sir, saying that an equally effective control measure is the behavior of people themselves, right? Scientists have been repeating that the strongest immunity against the disease is the mask and the practice of physical distancing. And now we talk about the vaccination. The 5-month decline in the number of cases led many of us believe that the epidemic is all over, right? That's what had happened. Combined with the fatigue from leading a restricted life, led people to abandon masks and physical distancing. The lack of COVID-appropriate behavior has played a major role in rapid rise in the numbers during this current second wave. But this is also a lowest hanging fruit, mind you. Masking and physical distancing and vaccination, this is my views, can yield much better results than or it will work a lot of wonders rather than lockdown or limited lockdown can help. To just conclude, I would like to say in first wave, India suffered because of PPEs and the ventilators. Now in the second phase, we are suffering because of the oxygen. And my biggest worry is if we do not take care of the ICUs, if we do not get in doctors, nurses, and paramedics. It is told that India needs at least 2 lakh nurses and 1.5 doctors who will take service for next 1 year, right? So if this is not taken care in the second wave, I'm sure patients are going to die in the ICUs in the third wave. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Professor Pai. And Professor Pai says that the mantra is for the distance maintaining and wearing mask, hand sanitization instead of lockdown. But Dr. Pai, we forget when our role models are not maintaining those things, why should the public is to be blamed? When our role models are busy in election rallies, when our role models are busy in Kumbh Melas, when they are celebrating Holis, when they are doing all such type, when they are even organizing IPL. So when our role models are busy in their work, in the or openly without wearing mask, without keeping any distancing, then if we want that only the general public, the common people has to suffer, that is the one of the reason of increasing. But lockdown, as you have mentioned, yes, there are different things which will come in the next round when I am going to ask the question to you. Thank you very much, Professor Pai. As you mentioned initially that the time is short, so I am just want to go on fast so that every one of you get the time in the next round also. Thank you very much, Professor Pai. Now I'm inviting my next guest, and she is Miss Manisha Singh. Miss Manisha Singh is the Senior Manager at GAIL India Limited, posted at Pata Petrochemical Complex, Pata. She is BE Electrical from NIT Bhopal and MBA from IIM Lucknow. She is having 17 years of industry experience, 5 years in private sector and then in public sector. She worked earlier with companies like Vedanta, Honda Engineers India Limited. She also learned Hindustani classical music from Kherghar University, Bhopal from 91 to 96. She is expert in playing tanpura and harmonium. Welcome, Miss Manisha Singh. Miss Manisha Singh, I'm sure nowadays you are playing more harmonium and tanpura, as you have mentioned. But in the serious note, you have heard the earlier panelist, Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma, Mr. Devendra Chaudhary, as well as Dr. Janeshwar Pai Marur. They have views, different views, I must say. Advocate Sharma says no piecemeal lockdown, immediate lockdown, complete lockdown. Mr. Devendra Chaudhary says no such type of lockdown. Lockdown should be planned, well planned, and it should be quarterly for 15 days everywhere. But what Dr. Janeshwar Pai Marur says, lockdown is required right now because of the failed policies. But he says better to have the behavioral change, that is the social distancing and wearing masks, etc. Instead of going for lockdown. Now, we would like to know, because we have different views, one from legal fraternity advocate, one from industrialist, and one from the education side, and you are serving in a leading public sector company. Now, we would like to know from you that does lockdown really help? Miss Manisha Singh, please.
First of all, I would like to thank Honorable Dr. Lal Goyal ji for giving me this opportunity, and honorable panelists who are present over here today, Honorable Shri Ramesh Sharma ji, who is an advocate, Devendra Chaudhary ji, and Professor Janeshwar. Sir, I would like to begin my speech for today by just saying that for every sunset, there is a sunrise. And we have even come out of the lockdown 1, so we will definitely come out of the lockdown 2 also, because we are definitely going to have the lockdown, as I agree with Ramesh Sharma sir. And David Weatherford has said that when faced with a challenge, look for a way, not a way out. In the face of the life challenges, we need positive energy to keep going, and we need people with positive energy to help those around them stand on their feet and overcome their difficulties. Lockdown definitely will slow down the spread of the COVID-19. It will prevent the number of infections and the number of the deaths. It will also prevent the load which is presently there on the hospitals, that is the requirement of the beds, oxygen, ventilator, etc., as it reduces the transmission of this pandemic. Last year with the lockdown, immediately after COVID-19, the infections were prevented to a great extent. But here the timing of the lockdown matters to a great extent. The timing of the lockdown, as in last year, March beginning itself, in the first week itself, the lockdown was implemented for 15 days and it got extended to 1 month. But here, this time the lockdown has got delayed. And the reason is that the number of cases infected, as per the news as per the yesterday afternoon news I was watching, and as Lal Goyal ji has also said, it was approximately 3.5 lakhs per day of the people are dying. By night, that touched to approximately 4 lakhs, as Goyal sir has said. The number of the deaths, approximately 3,500 per day, which was nowhere close to during the lockdown 1. So here my view is that lockdown definitely is going to help out. Economy would slow down a little, but as of now, to break the chain of the reactions, the lockdown is required. As per a recent study, it shows that a severe lockdown would start no later than 2 weeks after the outbreak began. Here, this time we're already late. Gradually, which will ease off to cover 60% of the population after a month and 20% of the population after 3 months. That is 80% of the population will be covered. And in India, 400 million workers in the informal sector, they are at the risk of falling into poverty because of the lockdown. But unless and until we have the lockdown, the chain of this infections is not going to get broken. So we have to go ahead with the lockdown. But here a thought comes to me, and about which I was introspecting last evening, and which is very close to what Professor Janeshwar has said, that instead of blaming the government for everything, we as individuals, we have certain responsibility because we are the responsible citizens, that we have to follow all the COVID protocols in a very proper way, COVID appropriate behavior, what is called. We have to wear the mask, we have to maintain the social distancing. And then, if we actually follow these small things, this pandemic would have not the COVID-2 which has come, definitely COVID-2 would have come, but we will sail out of this problem in a very smooth way. What happens right now is that, as you all are aware, and you have seen, we keep on seeing in the news also, that people have started partying as soon as December end came and the New Year time came, and then January and February, people started partying and then holidaying in the various good locations like Maldives, and they've gone along with their family and the friends to celebrate. People who kept their marriages on hold, they also enjoyed their marriage with more number of friends, because earlier the marriages, they used to happen with only 50 number of the guests. So those kind of marriages also were being done in December till this January, February, March, if I say. So all these things have somehow, increased the chances of infections. And this shows that our actions during the relatively quiet period will decide how the infection stays silent. So that was the relatively quiet period. November to February end or March beginning. So that was a relatively quiet period. But our actions during that period, if they would have been like wearing the mask, maintaining the social distancing, and without the lockdown, following all the norms, without the lockdown, I'm saying without the lockdown again, what Devendra Chaudhary sir was saying, we could have done. Absolutely, we could have actually maintained it without the lockdown also. But because we individuals have not followed those rules and regulations in the proper way that time, the change does not seem significant. And that is why now now the time has come that we have to have the lockdown. We cannot blame the government that they were busy in the elections for the 5 states. We cannot say as of now that they were busy organizing the Kumbh Mela and the holy meetings and all those things, because we have also not done our part. Yes, the problem over here was that basically the propaganda of these physical distancing, the social mask, has not been done in a proper way. If you remember, during the lockdown one, our Prime Minister, when he used to organize the Man Ki Baat, he used to wear that mask and show it to everybody. So that time the propaganda, the publicity, how to follow these norms was done in a much proper way, which slowly somehow went on very at a very slow pace. And that is why by this time, because the news people were also not having this coverage, nowhere in the news channels the coverage for this social distancing, mask and all was there for this much period. And nowhere even at our offices, at our workplaces also, this thing was done. Wherever we all are working, the panelists, wherever we all are working, people started working without the mask and nobody bothered about it. So I believe that somehow individuals have also failed, and somehow the management, the politicians and the government has also failed. And the government has all failed because to a greater extent, because they have not done the publicity. That is the only thing. So now it is the time that we have to go for the lockdown, the complete lockdown. And complete lockdown is only going to provide a solution, because maybe if it begins with 15 days, 2 weeks as of now, and then it increases to 1 month. And after that, we can see the situation, what is the situation, that whether the load on the hospitals, whether the number of the infections, whether the chain has broken. So all those things, if we see, then definitely we can decide later on, the government can decide later on that whether it is to be extended or not. So as per me, complete lockdown as of now is the only solution.
Thank you very much, Ms. Manisha Singh. And what Ms. Manisha Singh says, that complete lockdown is the solution. Although she tried to absolve all the responsibility of the politicians, she says we should not blame them. And she rightly says, but I am going to ask when I will come to her about why she says like this. And one thing she says, that because of our behavioral changes, we have not gone for the COVID appropriate behavior, and that's why this phase type conditions have come. So we have to, only one thing is there, Ms. Manisha Singh, you are saying because you are working in a public sector company, I'm sure that all the public sector company, there is no pay cut, no job losses, but just think of the company, the industries or the companies or the education sector or any sectors in a private sector, what is the condition? And you only mentioned about the labor, so much unorganized labor, about their condition. Today, unfortunately or fortunately, we are celebrating Labor Day, but are we thinking about the labor? It is very easy to say, please put a complete lockdown, but are we are thinking of those people? Are we are ready to do that, to see to it that they will not sleep hungry tonight? No, we are not thinking. Because of our own mistakes, whosoever has committed a mistake, we all are, those people are, those underprivileged people are suffering. That is the very sad story of our country. Thank you very much, Ms. Manisha Singh. Definitely, I am going to ask a tough question to you when I will come back. So please be ready. Now, my question goes to Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma. Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma, before I will ask the question, I will just want to share one figure to all our viewers, is that in Maharashtra, when the cases have started increasing drastically, even in Mumbai, the case, at one time, the cases have gone more than 10,000 or 11,000. The strict lockdown was placed. Everyone criticized. Even our Honorable Prime Minister has mentioned in this speech that the lockdown is not the solution. It should be a last resort. We should not do it. But the result is that yesterday, as of yesterday, as per the BMC's data, 4192 positive patients were reported in Mumbai, the entire Mumbai. That is the municipal corporation, Greater Mumbai's public health department data. And total COVID deaths were 82 reported, especially in Mumbai, which is not been alleged till now that they are hiding that number of deaths. So one can imagine that this is the effect of the lockdown. Now, coming to Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma, my question to you is, do you think Indian judiciary become helpless, toothless in front of the executive, in front of the CM and PM, and they are not having any guts? They are not ready to say, sorry, they are not ready to safeguard the oath. They are not ready to follow the oath which they have taken of the Constitution, and they failed. Because if they have taken a step, now they are begging in front of a chief minister. What type of judiciary we have? And if a common person goes, these same judges fire them, hang the person, say many things. But when it comes to the CM or PM, they become like a crumbled pack of house. What you say, Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma?
Yeah, Mr. Goyal, a very critical question has been asked by you. Actually, Honorable Allahabad High Court has made some observations. We have already read out all those observations. Prior to that, Allahabad High Court passed an order, direction, to impose a lockdown in 5 cities. Government was not agreeing to that, and appeal was preferred to Honorable Supreme Court on very next day. And the same day, in the same time in the morning itself, Honorable Supreme Court stated that direction. What I feel, that order of the Honorable Supreme Court was not in accordance to law and not in accordance to the circumstances existing in the state and the country. That order must have not been stayed at all. Anyway, that is a separate thing. After that order, up to that time in UP, only Sunday was the lockdown day. After that order from the Supreme Court, Saturday was also added, and thereafter Monday has also added. So in a week, now 3 days have been partially lockdown declared. If their government was not agreeing to complete lockdown, why this 2 days increment was made? No reason. But as per the High Court's orders and High Court's directions and High Court powers, definitely power lies with the Honorable High Court, but they have to exercise those powers. They can call the Chief Secretary, they can call any authority personally, and if they say that the functioning of the state government is not in favor of the public at large, they may also made certain directions and submissions to the President of India to dismiss the government itself. But all these powers are generally not being utilized by our High Court or Supreme Court. They are being avoided. And that's why, as the previous order was stayed by the Honorable Supreme Court, that's why this folded hand prayer has come. But this is very unfortunate on the part of judiciary that our honorable judges has to make such type of observations. They are expected to make specific orders, expected to give specific directions. If not obeyed, then powers of contempt is also there. They must have exercised those powers.
Okay, thank you very much, Advocate Sharma. Now my question goes to Mr. Devendra Chaudhary. Mr. Devendra Chaudhary, you have suggested for 15 days lockdown every quarter. Who is going to pay for those 15 days? We can understand that the those who are working or the public sector, the government departments, they will be getting their salaries. But just think of those small, medium news industries or those unorganized sectors or those who are a daily bread earner. What is going to happen to that person for 15 days? How the money will come to have their meals for the night? Mr. Devendra Chaudhary, please. Please unmute, Mr. Chaudhary, please unmute yourself.
Sir, as I said, we are observing so many holidays during 1 year, and these holidays are paid holidays. You know, industry has to pay for the holidays. So paying 15 days salary is not a problem.
Mr. Chaudhary, before you mean to say those holidays we will not celebrate, we will celebrate those holidays now in this 15 days. But it means if the Diwali is not coming during that period, or the Christmas is not coming, or Eid is not coming during that period, that there will be no holiday on Diwali, Eid and Christmas.
No,
You mean to say?
no, I said, I mean, there are 80 holidays we observe during 1 year.
Yes.
So if we have to plan out things, means if there has to be a 2 weeks lockdown, maybe 12 days or 15 days lockdown, you still have 20 more days to
No,
go
but
for holidays.
Mr. Chaudhary, the thing is, today you have completed the 15 days, and on 20th day the Diwali is there, or Eid is there, or Christmas is there. Now
Yeah.
again you are going to give holiday for Diwali, or
Yes.
there will be no holiday?
There will be holiday because we are paying 80 days as festival.
No, but Mr. Chaudhary, you know very well, in India, when we talk about Diwali, and especially North India, at least 4 or 5 days holidays are there celebrated.
Correct,
2
sir.
days minimum, 3 days. So how it will be fixed?
No, it's as I said, I mean, there are 80 holidays which we pay during 1 year. Now it is to be now seen whether the split is to be like that 12 days holidays into 4 means 48 days as a lockdown, and rest of the holidays for festivals and other things. So that can be planned out. This is just a suggestion. It can be planned out. We have to look at change of weather term, like March and April, we see a lot of disease are happening. October,
Okay.
November, a lot of
Oh,
disease are happening. So these are the change of weather.
Okay.
we see.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chaudhary. Now my question goes to Professor Pai. Mr. Professor Pai, you have mentioned about the economy, and you have mentioned about that the economic condition, the lockdown, etc. My question to you is very clear. UK, you see the example of UK. They put the complete lockdown for 4 months. They have, in spite of the Brexit, everybody knows the UK suffered a lot because of the Brexit. In spite of the Brexit, they suffered nothing, no losses. Rather, they were paying to the people. They were, Mr. Sharma, Advocate Sharma, please. Okay, thank you.
I will off it.
Yeah, thank you.
Please
So,
repeat.
so
Repeat, I
my
can have some discussion.
yeah, my question to you is, Professor Pai, that when UK has not suffered, they are paying regularly. No one, not a single person is facing hunger there. Even in USA, if you see, the US economy is booming right now. The job market is booming in USA, in spite of initial lockdowns in different states, wherever the states lockdowns were there. Why in India, if you are talking of lockdown, you say now the lockdown has to be done. If it will be done, why not the government is ready to take the responsibility to pay? Because now there's a time. After all, we have spent 13 months from the first lockdown. So we have already planned in case, because I will tell you that 2-3 days back, I had a program and one of the medical experts told us that we have to now be ready for the third wave after this. So, and there is as Advocate Sharma was talking about second mutant or third mutant. Now I would like to inform there is a fourth mutant that is called Bengal mutant also there in India. So mutants are coming. Okay. My question is, when we are not ready for third wave and we will do the lockdown, again, we are going to give the hardship to the public. What is the solution when you are talking of economy?
Sir, Lal Goyal, sir, you are trying to compare the Indian economy, which is developing still. You are comparing this with the highly developed economies like the US and the UK. See, you cannot compare right now the current situation. Cannot afford to compare. You know, say we cannot afford to compare India with the US and the UK right now. No, the question is how many days, how many months you will impose lockdown. See, you are developing, right? And do you think with this type of lockdowns, to be able to achieve Prime Minister Modi's $5 trillion economy by 2024? Whether we'll be able to create a skilled economy? Our objectives are altogether different. The objectives of UK and US is different, right? The schools in US are functioning, but our kids and youths are still lying idle at home, doing nothing. See, let us all, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying lockdowns are good or bad. Let us all accept to live with this virus, right? We accept the COVID appropriate behavior, right? Two things are a must right now. Testing and vaccination should aggressively continue. This is what I'm urging the government apace. But this will not break the disease anytime soon, I'm sure. And the disease will continue to proliferate.
Okay.
Right?
Professor Pai, I would like just to say two things. We say we are wish guru. Either we should not be in the fool's paradise. Number one. Number two, we are why the schools and colleges are functioning there? Because of their infrastructure. What we have learned the lesson in last 13 months. Have we done anything? We have seen a Kumbh Mela in Vrindavan. The other day, the one panelist from Vrindavan, she could not connect because the internet connection was not there. We have spent lakhs and crores rupees at Vrindavan Kumbh Mela. Can't we spend some money, or we ask this Jio or Airtel and others to provide the infrastructure of the internet there? Whose fault is this? This is a policy failure. Palaces in India. So we should not divert that they are developed. We will never be developed. It means we will always be in developing country for last 75 years. And again, this way we will not be developed. So, and talking for 5 trillion or no trillion, that is not the thing. The thing is right now very clear. We have not learned any lesson in last 13 months. And if we would have learned the lessons, we should have postponed everything. Like Mr. Chaudhary said very clearly, 15 days. For I say, even not 15 days, you should have postponed every celebration for 1 year, irrespective of caste, religion, and everything. You are from Bangalore, and you know very clearly that in spite of the curfew, there were some function has taken place where 10 to 15,000 people were present in that temple. How it was allowed by the administration and the government? And what is going to happen after 8 or 10 days? Recently, I'm telling you recently, I'm sure you might have read in the media.
Yes,
so when this is the situation, it is nothing but it is a man-made catastrophe. Anyway, thank you very much, Professor Marur. Now my question goes to Ms. Manisha Singh. I have to be very cautious to ask you, but I am asking you. You said we have become very casual. We have started celebrating. We are going to Maldives. We have started marriage, etc. And we have seen one video which was viral that some of the officer has beaten that one marriage party. in Assam or wherever, I don't know the place. Can they have the guts to beat the political leaders like this when the lakhs and lakhs people were there? Forget that. My question to you is, the health minister of India congratulated the prime minister somewhere in January. We have won the battle. Congratulations. And it is under the leadership of our honorable prime minister. Now, being a mother, being a parent, if you say in your house that everything is fine now, nothing to worry, oh, we have won everything, and you expect your child to wear the mask, you expect your child not to keep the social distancing. Why? When you are the role model, you are the on the top of your place, you are saying like this. When our leadership is celebrating that there is nothing now, we have won. So why blaming the public at large after what we have done wrong? Miss Manisha Singh, please.
Sir, as I already said that in the first instance, Prime Minister Modi in his Mann Ki Baat used to show how to wear the mask and all. So that time the publicity of wearing the mask, social distancing, all those things was explained in a very proper way. This time it has not been done. So this is the weakness and the fault on the side of the government. It is a fault on the side of the government.
But Miss Manisha Singh, in the first time you said, don't blame the politicians, blame the
No,
people.
blame-
I am saying,
I said,
see,
I said politicians should not be blamed completely.
why
for-
they have to be blamed? Who else to be blamed? Who has not bought the oxygen? Why the oxygen were exported from India? No, it is you have exported or I have exported? No. Then who has taken the decision? Who has taken the decision to export 6.5 crores of vaccine from India? Now today, Professor Marur says vaccination. You cannot think of vaccination. You are producing capacities 22 lakhs per day, and you are the population. You calculate you require 2,200 crores of vaccination in 1 year's time. You are an educator. You know how to calculate, and you can very well see it will take how many years. And again, we require 200 crores next year. So this is the failure, Miss Manisha Singh.
It is a failure of the government side. It is a failure of the government.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So today you have seen the lockdown, very diverse views. Somebody says immediate lockdown. Somebody says, no, we cannot afford the lockdown because the economy will suffer. Sorry, please close your mobiles, please. Whosoever mobile is there, please close your mobile. Please close your mobile. So somebody says that the lockdown is required. Somebody says, no, lockdown is not required. Somebody says lockdown should be quarterly. And somebody says, don't blame the government, blame ourselves. Diverse views, but decision is yours. My work is to bring the facts, what the expert says. Now you have to decide whether you have to blame yourself or to the politician, or whether you have to be safe. My only request is, please be safe. Forget about others. If you are safe, if your family is safe, then you can win. Otherwise, I can't say anything. Thank you very much. And today's program has been live telecasted by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, Newsgaon se Samvad Sarokar News, as well as it was shown live on Facebook and YouTube. And our endeavor is to bring to you every day a new topic. And tomorrow, as you all know, the election results of 4 states and 1 union territory is likely to come. So our program is also election results analysis, and the experts are Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, former visiting professor, IIM Lucknow and University of Texas at Dallas, USA. Kunwar Narendra Singh, the renowned social worker and political leader of Mathura. Mr. Pradeep Mathur, former leader of Congress Legislative Party, CLP in UP Assembly, Lucknow. Please tune in tomorrow for media conference with Lal Goyal at 10:30 a.m. Thank you very much, Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma. Thank you very much, Mr. Devin Chaudhary. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Janeshwar Pai Marur. And thank you very much, Ms. Manisha Singh, for giving your very frank opinions and views about the lockdown. And thank you all the viewers for watching our show. Thank you very much.